Hi everyone! Welcome again to General Mathematics class. For this week, ang topic natin or ang lesson natin is about the exponential functions. For the first part, ito yung target learning natin. For you to represent an exponential function through its table values, graph, and equation. But we will focus on graphing and equation. Since we are graphing, kasama na dyan yung pagkuha ng mga properties. So another target learning is for you to find the domain and range of an exponential function as well as the other properties like intercepts, zeros, and asymptotes of exponential functions. Okay, so let's start with the definition of exponential function. So ang exponential function is a non-algebraic function that can be written as f of x is equal to b raised to x. Wherein ang ating base ay constant, which is the b, and the exponent is the variable, which is dx. So sinasabi natin siyang non-algebraic kasi kabaliktaran siya ng algebraic. So ang algebraic kasi is variable yung base, then constant yung exponent. So katulad ng x squared. So this is algebraic. While pag non-algebraic naman, so baliktad yung pwesto nila. So ang base natin ay constant, then ang exponent ay variable. So ganyan ang exponential function. Now, meron tayong restriction para sa b. So ang sabi dyan, where b is any constant greater than 0 but not equal to 1. So ibig sabihin, mas mataas sa 0 pero hindi kasama ang exact 1. Hindi rin kasali ang 0. Okay? So sa symbol, ito siya. b is greater than 0 but not equal to 1. So ano yung mga examples nito? Meron tayong 2 raised to x. Kasi ang 2 ay greater than 0, not equal to 1. Now, pwede rin ang 5 kasi mas mataas siya sa 0. Ang 7 pwede rin, ang 8 pwede rin. Now, yung nasa pagitan naman ng 0 at 1, pwede rin. So, meron tayong 1/2 kasi mas mataas siya sa 0. Hindi rin siya equal to 1. So, meron din tayong 1/5 kasi mas mataas siya sa 0. Okay? And then, pwede rin ng decimals, which is 0.1 raised to x kasi ang 0.1 ay mas mataas sa 0. Okay? As well as 0.08. So kahit 0.08 yan, mas mataas pa rin siya sa 0. So these are the example of our basic exponential function. Okay? Next, the exponential function can also be written as f of x is equal to a times b raised to x minus c plus d, wherein a, b, c, and d are constant. And then meron din tayong restriction para sa b. So ganun pa rin yung restriction natin sa b. Greater than 0 but not equal to 1. So nadagdagan lang siya ng coefficient sa kaliwa, nadagdagan ng exponent which is c, and nadagdagan ng number sa kanan. Okay? So anong mga examples niyan? So we have f of x is equals to 3 raised to x plus 2. Now, kung i-analyze natin yung a, b, c, and d, so ang a nito is 1. Hindi lang natin sinusulat. Yung coefficient nakatabi ng 3. And then, ang base natin is of course 3. Yan. And then, ang c is equals to negative 2. Kasi positive 2 ito. So, ibig sabihin yan, x minus 2. Okay, so ang katumbas nito ay x minus negative 2. Ito yung letter C natin, negative 2. And then ang D natin is 0 kasi wala naman tayong nakitang plus another number sa kanan. Okay? Next, another example is f of x is equals to 2 raised to negative x. Okay, again, i-analyze natin yung A, B, C, and D. So, ang A is again 1. Hindi lang natin sinusulat. Katabi ng 2. Ang base natin ay 2. Ang C natin ay 0. Kasi wala naman tayong nakitang plus sa x or sa exponent. And then, ang D is also 0. Kasi wala tayong nakitang plus another number. Okay. Next, number 3. 3 raised to x minus 4. Again, ang A natin is 1. Hindi lang natin sinusulat. Katabi ng 3. Ang base natin ay 3. Then, ang C natin is 0 kasi wala naman inadd or sinubtract sa x. And then, ang D natin, may makikita tayo kasi merong minus 4 sa kanan. So, that is the value of D, which is negative 4. Next, number 4, f of x is equals to 2 raised to x minus 3 plus 1. Again, ang A natin is 1. Hindi lang natin sinusulat, katabi ng 2. Ang base natin ay 2. Then, ang letter C natin is positive 3. Kasi ang form niya is x minus 3, which is the original. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, positive yung 3, which is yung C rather. Kaya positive 3 yung C. And then, yung D natin is plus 1, kaya positive 1 yung D. Let's have more example. Number 5. So, we have 2 times 1/3 raised to x. Ang A natin, makikita natin, meron tayong 2, which is the coefficient bago mag-base. Dahil ang base natin ay 1/3. Okay? And then, ang C natin is 0, kasi wala namang plus dito, o kaya minus sa x. And then, ang D is 0, kasi walang additional number sa kanan or inadd or sinubtract. Next, number 6, we have 1/3 raised to x minus 1 minus 2. So, ang A natin is 1. Hindi lang natin sinusulat, katabi ng 1/3. Ang B natin, which is the base, is also 1/3. Then, ang C natin is, again, x minus 1. So, ibig sabihin, positive 1. Kasi tama siya dun sa original form. Kaya positive 1. And then, ang D natin, makikita natin minus 2. Kaya negative 2. Okay? Then, number 7, we have 0.25 times 3 raised to x. So, we have A, which is the 0.25, the coefficient bago mag-base. We have the base of 3. We have the C, which is 0. And then D is also 0. So, walang inadd sa exponent, wala din inadd na number sa kanan. Okay, then last example, we have 0.8 raised to x plus 1. Again, ang A natin is 1. Hindi lang natin sinusulat bago mag-base. Ang base natin is 0.8. Ang C natin is negative 1. Again, kung bakit siya naging negative 1, kasi x plus 1 siya. So, katumba siya ng x minus negative 1. Kaya ang letter C natin ay negative 1. And then, ang D natin, of course, is 0 kasi wala namang dinagdag o sinubtract na number sa kanan. So, that is the transformation of exponential function. So, meron din tayong tinatawag na natural exponential function. So, a natural exponential function is written as f of x is equals to e raised to x. So, para siyang basic exponential function, pero ang base niya is letter E. wherein yung letter E na yun is a constant number na merong equivalent. So, ang equivalent ng E sa mathematics is 2.7182 and so on and so forth. So, marami siyang decimal digit. So, pwede na lang natin siya i-round off sa 6 decimal place or 4 decimal place. Okay? So, wala na tayong restriction para sa B kasi meron siyang eksaktong value or equivalent, which is letter E. 2.718282. Okay? So, meron tayong mga examples dito. So, pwede siyang naka-basic form at pwede rin naman siyang naka-transformation form. So, meron tayong example dito na f of x is equals to 3 times e raised to x plus 1. So, kung i-analyze natin ulit yung a, b, c, and d, so meron tayong a na 3. We have the base, which is e. We have the c, which is 0. Then we have the d, which is positive 1. Then example number 2, we have negative 2 times e raised to x plus 2. So again, ang a natin is negative 2. The coefficient bago mag-base, kasi ang base natin ay e. Then ang c natin is 0. Ang d natin is positive 2. Next, we have f of x is equals to 3 times e raised to negative x minus 1. So we have a, which is 3. We have the base, which is e. We have the c, which is 0. And then we have d, which is negative 1. Then last example, we have f of x is equals to 3 times e raised to x, rather, minus 2. So we have a, which is 3. We have the base, which is e. C is 0, then D is negative 2. So ganito yung natural exponential function. So pwede siyang naka-basic form, pwede siyang naka-transformation provided that the base is E, which is a constant number equivalent to 2.718282. How are we going to graph the exponential function? Now, makikita natin dito sa mga examples natin na iisa lang yung itsura ng graph ng exponential function. So, isa lang siyang curve na asymptotic sa horizontal asymptote. So, itong example natin, f of x is equals to 2 raised to x. So, curve siya na asymptotic sa y is equals to 0. Okay? So, ang HA nito ay y is equals to 0. And then second example naman natin is again a curve. So that is f of x is equals to 2 raised to x plus 3, a transformation of exponential function. Ang graph niya is the same curve, asymptotic to a horizontal asymptote, pero ang horizontal asymptote niya is positive 3. Yan. So, positive 3. So, makikita ang horizontal asymptote sa value ng D. Okay? So, kung ano yung value ng D, yun yung horizontal asymptote. Okay? So, we have another example here. We have f of x is equals to 2 raised to x minus 4. So, again, isa siyang exponential. Ang graph niya is curve na asymptotic sa horizontal asymptote. Okay? So, makikita agad natin kung nasaan yung horizontal asymptote sa value ng D. So, negative 4 yan. So, ibig sabihin, ang horizontal asymptote ay nasa negative 4. Okay, so that's the basic description kung ano ang graph ng exponential function. Pero, pwede rin siyang ma-reverse. Halimbawa, curve pa rin siya, pero decreasing from left to right. Again, meron pa rin siyang horizontal asymptote at saka yung tail na to, asymptotic pa rin siya sa horizontal asymptote. Pero nabaliktad lang yung pwesto. Kasi imbis na increasing from left to right, katulad nitong tatlo, ito naman ay decreasing from left to right. Pero ganun pa rin yung curve, asymptotic sa horizontal asymptote. Yeah. So magkakaroon tayo ngayon ng examples para dyan. So unahin natin yung graph ng basic exponential function na b raised to x wherein the base is greater than 1. So ibig sabihin, ang mga base nito ay mas mataas sa 1. So pwede ang 2, pwede ang 3, 4, 5, up to positive infinity. So ang in-example natin dito is 2 raised to x. Now, ito yung mga general properties ng ganitong y is equals to b raised to x where b is greater than 1. So una, all real numbers ang kanyang domain. Okay? So ang domain ay all real numbers. So that is from negative infinity up to positive infinity. So ito yung statement form, ito yung interval form ng domain. Okay? Kasi wala naman tayong vertical asymptote. So walang restriction sa domain. Pero pagdating sa range, meron tayong restriction. Kasi meron tayong horizontal asymptote, hindi na pwedeng bumaba sa 0. So ibig sabihin, all positive real numbers lang na greater than 0. So that is statement form ng range. Sa interval form, that is from 0 up to positive infinity. So hindi kasama ang 0, lahat lang na mas mataas sa 0 hanggang positive infinity sa value ng y kasi range. Okay? Next, ito is a general property, x-intercept is none. Now, kung bakit siya wala? Kasi asymptotic siya sa x-axis. So, ibig sabihin hindi siya dadaan ng x-axis, walang x-intercept. Okay. Pero meron tayong y-intercept which is a general one. So that is y is equals to 1. Ang coordinate niya is 0, 1. So ito yung 0, ito yung 1 ng y. So itong y-intercept is at 0, 1. So that is a general y-intercept pag ganito yung form ng ating graph. Greater than 1 yung b. Okay? Next, vertical asymptote, we have none. So makikita naman natin sa behavior ng graph. So wala tayong restriction sa domain. So ibig sabihin walang vertical asymptote. Pero as you can see, meron talaga tayong horizontal asymptote. It depends on the value of d. So ito ay walang value ng d. Kaya actually 0. Ibig sabihin plus 0 yan. So, ang value ng d ay 0. Therefore, y is equals to 0. So, ang HA natin ay nasa y is equals to 0 or katumbas ng x-axis. Okay. So, that is the behavior of this function. So, pag nakita natin na ang b is greater than 1, ang behavior niya is increasing from left to right. Ayan. So, left increasing to the right. Okay? Next. Let's proceed to the properties or graph ng basic exponential function pa rin, which is y is equals to p raised to x, pero b is less than 1. So, ano ibig sabihin ng less than 1? So, mas mababa sa 1, na pwedeng fraction, pwedeng decimal, pero hindi siya lalampas ng 0. So, ibig sabihin, nasa pagitan lang ng 0 at 1. So, katulad ng example dito, 1/4. So, ang 1/4 kasi is less than 1. Okay? So, ganito pa rin yung properties natin, which is a general one. So, meron lang tayo mapapansin kaibahan, which is the behavior. So, behavior lang ang nabago. So, ganun pa rin yung properties ng domain. So, all real numbers sa statement. Then, sa interval, from negative infinity up to positive infinity. So, walang restriction pa rin sa domain. Again, pagdating sa range, meron all positive real numbers greater than 0 lang ang pwede. So, that is from 0 up to positive infinity. Kasi meron tayong horizontal asymptote sa 0. Y is equals to 0. Then again, x-intercept is none kasi hindi nga siya didikit sa x-axis. Kaya hindi siya mag-intersect sa x-axis. Walang x-intercept. Next, y-intercept, again, sabi nga, it's a general one. So that is y is equals to 1. The coordinate is 0, 1. So ito yon. So katulad din siya nung naunang graph. Pares lang sila. Okay? And then again, same lang sila ng VA. Wala talagang VA ang exponential function kasi walang restrictions sa domain. Okay? So that's a general property. And then again, HA depends on the value of t, which is, sa ating example uli, plus 0. Kaya d is equals to 0. Therefore, y is equals to 0 ang HA. So that is the property ng y is equals to b raised to x pero less than 1 yung base. So kung mapapansin natin, parehas lang sila ng naunang graph ng properties, pero pagdating sa behavior na baliktad. Ito ngayon ay magiging decreasing from left to right. So yun lang yun na naging kaibahan nila, yung behavior ng graph. So pag greater than 1 yung base, so balikan natin. Ayan. So, pag greater than 1 ang base, increasing from left to right. Lagyan natin ng arrow. And then, pag B is less than 1, decreasing from left to right. So, this is left, decreasing to the right. So, yun yung naging kaibahan. Now, paano naman tayo mag-graph ng naka-transformation form? So, yung may A, B, C, and D. So, katulad nitong example number 1 natin, so we have y is equals to 3 raised to x plus 2. So, ang first step natin dyan is identify muna natin yung A, B, C, and D. Pero ang pinakamahalaga dyan is yung B at saka yung D. So, unahin natin A is 1. Hindi lang natin sinusulat. Then, ang base natin is 3. Then, ang C natin is negative 2. And D natin is 0. So, ang pinaka-importante sa apat dyan, is B at D. Kasi yung B, magdedetermine ng behavior kung increasing ba or decreasing to left or right. Then, yung D naman, yung magdedetermine ng ating horizontal asymptote. Okay? So, unahin natin yung D. The value of D will determine the HA. So, igagraph na agad natin yung HA. So, that is 0. Ibig sabihin ng HA natin is Y is equals to 0. So, ito yun. Nasa X-axis ulit. So, ang HA natin ay Y is equals to 0. And then, substitute 0 to X to get the Y-intercept. Okay? So, ito yung function natin. Substitute natin yung 0 sa x. Kaya magiging y is equals to 3 raised to 0 plus 2. Magiging 3 raised to 2 kasi 0 plus 2 is 2. So, 3 squared is 9. So, that is the value of y. So, ibig sabihin ang coordinate ng y-intercept natin ay 0, 9. Kasi di ba we have x, y. So, this is 0, this is 9. Ayan yung y-intercept natin. So, ito siya. Y-intercept is a 0, positive 9. Now, kailangan pa natin ng isa pang point para mag-graph yung function natin. So, we're going to substitute another value of x para makakuha agad ng another value ng y. Now, kung ano yung coordinate nyon, that is another point. Okay? For example, ang kinuha ko is x is equals to negative 1. So pwede yan, nasa left. So pwede rin naman tayong gumamit ng value na nasa right ng 0. So pwedeng positive 1, positive 2, positive 3. So it depends on you. Pero ang pinili ko is yung nasa left, negative 1, para mas maliit yung value, para nandito siya sa bandang ibaba. Kasi pag sa kanan ka kumuha, positive, possible nandito yung point na makukuha mo, malayo na sa graphing. Okay? So, halimbawa, sinubstitute ko ng negative 1. So, magiging y is equals to 3 raised to negative 1 plus 2. That is 3 raised to 1 kasi negative 1 plus 2 is positive 1. Then 3 raised to 1 is 3. So, the value of y is 3. So, ang coordinate ngayon ng isa pang point ay negative 1, 3. So, kasi, di ba, ang coordinate is x, y. Ang x natin is negative 1. Ang y niya is 3. So, ito yung coordinate ng isa pang point, which is nandito. So, ito yung isa pang point natin, negative 1, 3. So, ito yung negative 1. Ito yung positive 3 ng y. Okay? So dahil meron na tayong dalawang point, sapat na yan para ma-graph natin o ma-sketch natin yung behavior ng graph. So tandaan, sketch the graph increasing from left to right because b is greater than 1. Because 3 is greater than 1. Kaya ang behavior ng graph natin is increasing from left to right. Okay? So increasing from left to right. So, ito na ngayon yung graph ng ating example number 1. Okay? So, we have 4 steps. Determine the value of D para malaman ang horizontal asymptote. Mag-substitute ng 0 sa X para makuha yung coordinate ng Y-intercept. Then, mag-substitute ng another value para makakuha ng another point sa graph. So, ito yun. And then, sketch the graph depende sa value ng B. So, kung greater than 1, increasing from left to right. Kung less than 1 naman, decreasing from left to right. So, example number 2, we have this function. Y is equals to 2 raised to x plus 2 plus 1. So again, kukuhanin muna natin yung value ng A, B, C, and D. Pero ang pinaka-importante, B and D. So, ang letter A nito is 1. Bilang natin sinusulat, katabi ng 2. Ang base natin ay 2, which is 2. Then C natin is negative 2. Because this is positive, it is in the form of x minus negative 2. Kaya ang C ay negative 2. Then ang D is positive 1. So anyway, ang pinaka-importante naman dyan is yung value ng B and D. Okay? So linawin lang natin itong part na to. Ito ay equals 2. And then, pagkatapos nyan, again, the value of D will determine the value of horizontal asymptote. Dahil ang D natin ay 1, ang horizontal asymptote natin ay y is equals to 1. Now, ilagay natin siya sa graph. Ito yun. Na 1 unit above 0. So, ito yun. So, that is the horizontal asymptote. Y is equals to positive 1. So, dyan magiging asymptotic yung graph. Now, substitute 0 to x to get the y-intercept. Again, ito yung original function natin. Substitute natin yung 0. Magiging y is equals to 2 raised to 0 plus 2 plus 1. Simplify natin, magiging 2 raised to 2 kasi 0 plus 2 is 2. So 2 squared plus 1 is equals to 5 kasi 2 squared is 4 plus 1 is equals to 5. So yan ang value ng 5. Ito ngayon ang coordinate ng y-intercept. Kasi di ba x, y, nag-substitute tayo ng 0 sa x, ang value ng y, 5. So yan ang coordinate ng y-intercept, which is ito. Y-intercept is 0, 5. So palitan natin ito ng 0, 5. And then, substitute another value of x to get another point. Again, pili tayo ng kung saan tayo convenient. So, ang pinili ko is negative 1, which is nasa left para nasa mababang pwesto siya. So, substitute ulit natin sa original function, y is equals to 2 raised to negative 1 plus 2 plus 1. So, 2 raised to 1 kasi negative 1 plus 2 is 1. Then, 2 raised to 1 plus 1 is equals to 3. So, 2 plus 1 is equals to 3. Ang value ng y is 3. Ito ang kanyang coordinate. So, again, ang coordinate ay x, y. Nag-substitute tayo ng negative 1 sa x. Ang naging y ay 3. So, ito ngayon yung isa pa nating point, which is negative 1, 3. Dahil may dalawang points na tayo, pwede na natin sketch yung graph depende sa behavior. So, then, sketch the graph increasing from left to right because the value of base is greater than 1. So, 2 is greater than 1, kaya ang behavior ng graph natin is increasing from left to right. So, increasing from left to right. So, that is our example number 2, graphing of transformation of exponential function. Now, let's have example number 3. So, this time, ang base naman is less than 1. Okay? So, may idea na tayo na mababaliktad yung behavior kasi less than 1 yung base. So, ito example number 3 natin. Y is equals to 1/2 raised to x minus 2. So, again, kunin muna natin yung value ng a, b, c, and d. So, we have a which is 1. Di lang natin sinusulat. Ang base natin is 1/2. Ang c natin is 0 kasi wala namang dinagdag sa exponent. And d natin is negative 2. So, ang mahalaga dyan is value ng base at ng d. Again, the value of d will determine the value of horizontal asymptote. Dahil ang d natin is negative 2, yan ang ating HA. Y is equals to negative 2. So, i-graph na natin siya agad. So, ito yon 2 units below 0. This is HA. Y is equals to negative 2. So, dyan magiging asymptotic yung graph natin. Again, mag-substitute tayo ng 0 to x to get the y-intercept. Ito yung original function natin. Mag-substitute tayo ng 0, magiging y is equals to 1/2 raised to 0 minus 2. Ang 1/2 raised to 0 ay 1, kaya magiging 1 minus 2. The answer is negative 1. Yan ang value ng y, negative 1. Ang coordinates na ngayon ay 0, negative 1. Kasi coordinate is x, y. Nag-substitute tayo ng 0 sa x. Ang naging sagot sa y ay negative 1. So, ito ang ating y-intercept. 0, negative 1. Okay? Then, substitute another value to get another point. Okay? So, for example, ang ginamit ko is negative 2. So, para nasa left siya, mataas na kaunti sa naunang point. So, kung mag-substitute tayo ng negative 2 sa function natin, we have y is equals to 1/2 raised to negative 2 minus 2 is equals to 4 minus 2. Kasi ang 1/2 raised to negative 2 ay 4. Okay? So, 4 minus 2 is equals to 2. Yan ang value ng y. So, ang coordinate na ngayon ay negative 2, 2. So, again, ang coordinate ay x, y. Nag-substitute ng negative 2 sa x. Ang sagot sa y, positive 2. So, ito yun. Ito yung another point natin, negative 2, 2. Dahil may dalawa na tayong points, so pwede natin i-sketch ang graph depende sa behavior. So, sketch the graph decreasing from left to right because the value of the base is less than 1. So, we have 1/2 less than 1. Kaya ang behavior ng graph natin ay decreasing from left to right. Okay, so that is the graph of our third example. So this is how we graph the transformation of exponential function. We have example number 1, example number 2, and example number 3. Okay? So tandaan yung steps sa pag-graph ng exponential function. So whether it's a basic one, a transformation, or a natural exponential function.